All right, everybody, I've got my second DCU update for the day. And like I told you guys before, and if you haven't heard, I'm going to recommend you guys like the video, subscribe, and hit that notification bell, because as I do move into the realm of talking about Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and some other topics, there are going to be days where I need to do more than just 1, 2, or 3 videos. And if you are not subscribed and you haven't hit that notification bell, you won't be notified as new videos go up, and stuff like what I'm about to talk about will go under the radar and you will miss it entirely. And I want to make sure that you are able to get the information. So it's either that or check periodically back to my DC playlist so that you don't miss these videos. Now, I called this out last week, but I'm going to point this out. It's very interesting. We're going to talk about what this means and why the reveal was today. But it is now official. James Gunn is directing Superman Legacy. He announced it today, of all days. And why did he do it today? Because Zack Snyder did his post about Full Circle, having something to do with Darkseid, and that's going to be, there are 3 dates involved with whatever that tweet is, and will be revealed shortly. But Gunn couldn't stand the fact that Zack Snyder was getting all of the attention, so he had to come out and make this announcement about being the director of Superman Legacy. Now, I told everybody this was probably going to happen, and it has. And as of right now, this has become the Gunn Show. And I'm going to show you his tweet, and I think this is pretty pathetic. This, again, goes to show you that he's a narcissist. He has to make everything about him, okay? He has come out and said repeatedly that he's doing this in service of the characters, but it's not. It's about him, and it's about his family. It's about nepotism. It's about narcissism. And I'm going to show you this tweet. So we're going to go over to Twitter. So here we are on Twitter, and here is his full post. And again, he had to do it today because of what was happening with Superman, Darkseid. Stuff is trending way more than James Gunn is. The only reason it's kind of showing this here is because I'm on his actual page. But it says, yes, I'm directing Superman Legacy to be released on July 11th, 2025. My brother Matt told me when he saw the release date, he started to cry. I asked him why. He said, dude, it's Dad's birthday. I hadn't realized. Sure. He said, I lost my dad almost 3 years ago. He was my best friend. He didn't understand me as a kid, but he supported my love of comics and my love of film, and I wouldn't be making this movie now without him. It's been a long road to this point. I was offered Superman years ago. I initially said no because I didn't have a way in that felt unique and fun and emotional that gave Superman the dignity he deserved. Then a bit less than a year ago, I saw a way in many ways centering around Superman's heritage, how both his aristocratic Kryptonian parents and his Kansas farmer parents inform who he is and the choices he makes. So I chose to finally take on writing the script, but I was hesitant to direct despite the constant pestering by Peter Safran and others to commit. Sorry, Peter. Ridiculous. We're going to talk about all of this. Just because I write something doesn't mean I feel it in my bones, visually and emotionally, enough to spend over 2 years directing it, especially not something of this magnitude. But the long and the short of it is, I love this script. His script. And I'm incredibly excited to begin this journey. Up, and away. So, he posted this quite a while ago, and you can see right now that the views on this are not that crazy. It's had views, but people actually interacting with this, not very big. Not as big as the announcement that Zack Snyder made, I will tell you that. When Zack Snyder made this announcement this morning, it took the internet by storm. And someone posted, hi, James, just wanted to let you know that I and a lot of people support you in this. I feel that you are going to do an incredible job because you have shown the enormous love that you have for the character of Superman. We trust you. I said, what enormous love has he shown exactly? Just because he does a few tweets means he loves the character? Not quite. There's some people who called him out on the day. He said, now come bring Cavill to play. You can see I liked some of these. LOL, we know why you chose to announce it today. All right, so let's talk about this. It is certainly no surprise that James Gunn decided to choose today to announce that he is directing Superman Legacy. He could have waited till tomorrow. He could have waited for quite a while because, according to him, nothing's happening with it right now. He's still writing the script, and they're not even ready to cast anybody. None of which I believe, by the way. I don't believe anything that James Gunn says at this point. He is a narcissist. It's all about him. For people who are saying, he's not making this about him. It's not the Gunn-verse. It is, a bunch of people involved. You have to look at the facts here, okay? He did the Suicide Squad film that was the biggest bomb in DC history. There were other films that came out at the same time that made so much more money. So do not use the pandemic as an excuse. You can go back and look yourself, okay? The facts are true that there were a lot of movies that came out at the same time that made way more money. It was just a bomb. He did The Peacemaker, which, if you look at the shows that were streaming, didn't even break into the top 20 for the year on streaming services. These were not as well received and as popular as people say they are and are making them out to be, okay? He is writing Creature Commandos, which is going to be the first thing that is released in the new DCU on HBO Max. Then they have the Waller TV show, and if you think he's not going to be involved with that, think again, okay? He is making this all about him. And then Superman Legacy is coming out, and it is written and directed by James Gunn. It's all about James Gunn. He announces it today when Zack Snyder made his announcement. It's petty. It's ridiculous. It's childish. And people are seeing through it at this stage. If you see the excitement for his announcement versus the excitement for Zack Snyder and whatever he's posting about, you can see where the fandom is and where the people are excited. And it's definitely not with James Gunn. It's a fact, okay? What's crazy is if you go on social media and you try to mention anything like this, the Gunn cultists come out and they're like cockroaches, and they can't stand it when anybody posts anything positive about Zack Snyder. It's really sad, the state of affairs. The fandom, and this goes back to what I posted about a few weeks ago, the fandom it's divided, and Warner Brothers has caused this division. Specifically, Gunn himself for getting rid of Superman, Henry Cavill, for firing Henry Cavill, and people are going to come back and get after me saying he was never hired in the first place. It's semantics. He was fired from playing Superman just simply because Gunn can't stand the attention that Henry Cavill gets. It's got to be about James Gunn. It has to be about James Gunn. It's ridiculous at this stage, but it is what it is. We'll see where this all leads. This movie may end up being incredible, and if it is, I'm going to come out and admit it. But right now, all I'm seeing is Gunn is all about Gunn. It's got to be about Gunn and is going to remain about Gunn. And we're going to see where this all leads. There's a lot that's going to be coming up. And like I said, stick to my channel. You will be notified as I have new videos go up. All right, we will see you on the next video.